APC chieftain Charles Idahosa don't call on Tory people to clear the air on some matters wey concern the EDO 2024 governorship election wey go shele on Saturday, September 21, 2024, and other matters wey dey go round on top the different statements wey the state governor don make. The leader con tok say the state governor Godwin Obaseki dey suffer from the wahala wey he caused by himself, and he dey face the consequences of his ungratefulness to the people wey help am before. Charles Idahosa yarn this one for im house for one talk session with Tory people, where he for talk say make Governor Obaseki no dey accuse all the institutions say dem dey against am. He con still talk say,
I decided to call this press conference because, like you are all aware, next Saturday is the governorship election for Edo State 2024. And coincidentally, it's a special day for me as well because it's my birthday. I will be 71 on that day. And last year, during the last election, it fell on my birthday as well. The election was on the 19th and the result came out on the 21st. So we were all very excited, and I'm very sure by Saturday we'll all be very excited again. Nothing bad happens to me on my birthday, so we are surely going to win. Having said that, I just felt I should put in some clarifications in the information that have been flooding the space in Edo State through the media and all the rest of them. The alarm that the PDP and Governor Godwin Obaseki has been raising, there's the need for one who has been in there, one who has experienced it, or to put a clearer picture on the information that has been dished out to members of the public. I'm a founding member of the PDP. I haven't joined in 1998. I'm a founding member of the APC. I haven't been one of those first three that formed the APC when Chief Anthony and Nene and Lucky Gunedian were having a problem. Some of us decided to leave when we were registered to form what is today APC. So I'm very much at home when I comment on matters concerning the PDP and the APC, where the first set I was a commissioner in that administration when we left. Godwin Obaseki has been saying he's been harassed, he's been intimidated, there is federal might, and they are fighting him. And this one needs to be cleared clearly. For the past 16 years, all the 4 elections that have held in Edo State were done from opposition. Oshiomhole contested as ACN against the powerful PDP. His second tenure, the same thing. We won those 2 elections. Godwin Obaseki in 2016, as APC candidate, won the election when the PDP were in charge. By the time he left for the APC in 2020 to contest, left for the PDP, APC was at the center. For the 4 elections, like I said, Edo State won from opposition. So the big question is, what has changed? Why is Godwin Obaseki and the PDP now shouting blue murder? What has changed? He has accused all the institutions, the police, the INEC, and everybody being against him. I want to make it quite clear that he is facing election for the first time on his own. All the leaders that have been working for him, that brought him to power, he has abandoned all of them. That is what he's suffering. 90% of the leaders that left with him from APC to PDP to return him have left him. And that is what you gain when you are a serial betrayer. He betrayed all the leaders. He pushed all of them underground. He has fought the system. He has fought the traditional institution. He has fought the party leaders. He has fought his deputy governor. So I don't like a situation where he goes on national television saying the federal might. There's nothing like federal might. What he's experiencing is self-inflicted because he thought he home and dry, that he's now a master. Obaseki is just like an apprentice tailor that was being taught how to become a tailor. Immediately, the master giving scissors to put the scissors to teach him how to measure and cut. He now felt he has arrived and now gave himself a big name of a fashion designer and discharged himself. A child must learn to crawl, then walk. Then you start learning how to stand up, hold on to things, and then you start taking your first step, then you can run. When you run, when you've not mastered the act of crawling and standing, you fall. That's exactly what he's experiencing. And I want to tell all our people in Edo State that the election will be free and fair. Nobody should be intimidated. Everybody should go out there and vote. Everything you are saying is self-inflicted. Godwin Obaseki will leave his comfort zone and be looking for problems where there are no problems. We are all aware. I've been in politics for something years, since the period of Ambrose Ali. I was working for Ali as a media consultant. We all know how it's done. I've seen governor fall and I've seen governor rise, and I know what has been responsible. Godwin Obaseki election in 2020, the wreck was Dr. Alalibo from Bayelsa State, APC former governorship candidate. So it was very clear that he was a card-carrying member of the APC. But he came to organize the election, and the PDP Godwin Obaseki won. He did not accuse REC of being biased. If any person was going to bias, it was to be a strong APC man who was well known. But the election was free and fair. Now it brings us back to a situation we are talking about. My people are being intimidated. My people are being arrested. Since when has the governor of a state start telling the police how to do their investigation? I have seen it all. When SDP were in charge here and we were in NROC, one of our top leaders, a sitting chairman of Oredo, was murdered in broad daylight. The police came in. All the people they picked to Abuja were from the NROC, the opposition party. That man was the agent to our candidate, Lucky Gbenedion, at the collation center during the election, which Oyegun emerged. No one could fathom why they were going after her because it was our own man. But we believed in the institution. We believed in the police. We did not say we were being victimized. We didn't say they were pursuing us. They brought them back to Benin to be tried in a high court. They were discharged and acquitted. They were discharged because we did not intimidate. Oh, you are packing our people. How can we kill our people? But that is how it works. But let me take your mind back. A former Inspector General of Police decided to declare war on cultism in Edo State. Because when people talk, police are packed at people there. What they need to do, the crime was committed here. If it's committed here, they should be tried here. Fine. But we forget so easily. We forget the past so easily. All these cultists who we all know, killers and all, they were all packed to Abuja by the IG. After the investigation, they brought all of them back to be tried. What did the state government here do? The Attorney General, Commissioner of Justice, went to court and deployed a nolli prosequi. They were freed. Nolli prosequi means we are not interested in prosecuting these people. They all are back on the street. Amongst them are the people that the police are still looking for now. So when people think we must take ourselves back, so you want the police to bring them to your state again, then you go and put a nolli. So the police will not know who killed Inspector Ako. You see, the truth of the matter, that it's very easy to say things like this, and then at the end of the day, you don't think of what has happened before. I have a police orderly. Coincidentally, has been with me for 15 years. He has become a part and parcel of my family. My children, they all know his children and everything. Tomorrow he will be shot. The orderly to Akpakomiza, the governorship candidate, was shot while standing by his side. A situation where you want to tell the police that the APC who went to the airport to go and welcome their candidate They go and welcome the deputy governor that be arrested, turn their gun on themselves. So what I'm trying to say with all this law, they should allow the police to do their investigation. We should not be intimidated, put in fear. It's a do or die affair. We will all die. It gathers civil servants. Yes, the civil servants are not politicians. They are not supposed to be involved in all these things. It's a decision of life and death for you. That's a threat. So what we are now trying to say that we should let everything go according to how it should be. Everything that is happening has happened here before. For 16 years, 4 elections took place in the Edo State, all from opposition. Nobody intimidated any person. But now, why are you now singing, they are intimidating me, they are arresting my people? So the police should not find out who killed their officer. That inspector has a family, has children, has uncles, fathers. He has a father and a mother. So in that light, we should allow the law take its course. INEC commissioner is related to a wiki. The man has been here for over a year. Suddenly, we just realized it. But we saw Wike say, you brought your candidate to me in Abuja. You didn't know at that time that they were related. So all these are diversionary tactics, and I feel that our people should be focused and face the issues on ground. No election here has been rigged. We knew how the local government election was done here. No election here has been rigged. So a situation where we've been winning from opposition, suddenly one is suggesting that it's being intimidated does not hold water.
Charles Idahosa come also use the opportunity to beg the Nigerian police force say make them do better investigation on the kasala wey shele for Benin Airport on Thursday, July 18, 2024, wey caused the death of Inspector Onu Aku, wey be the security officer to the APC governorship candidate. He come also beg Edo people say make them come out on election day to vote, as he assure them say the election go dey free, fair and credible.
The situation of police, I'm appealing that the police should do a thorough investigation, find out what happened at the airport on that day, how a policeman lost his life, and then they should do the needful. And all our people, I'm appealing to all of them to try as much as possible to be civil, go out, go and vote. And as for INEC, I think we are being unfair to INEC. INEC has been very fair. They have been doing their job the way it should be done. Like I said, most times we forget so easily. Labour won Edo State in the last presidential and National Assembly election. They won. No other party was able to score 25% here. They scored 70-something%. Meanwhile, at the center was APC, Buhari. They didn't rig for APC. PDP took last. Labour cleared the way election here because the people voted and INEC gave the result as it was done. So this idea of INEC is bad, police is bad, every institution that has to do with the election is bad. So we have to be very careful. And I just felt that election is Saturday. We should try as much as possible to know what is right and what is wrong, and we should not listen to blackmail or intimidation. It's do or die affair. I will burn down Nigeria. I will lead it. Edo will burn. From that one from Igor. Say it's NLC president, and NLC president will be talking like that. So that's my take on the issue. I just felt there was need for us to have a clearer picture of what has been happening here. And there is no time. These institutions that have been accused have oppressed election in Edo State here. We did the election 4 times, Shomole 2 times from opposition, Obasaki 2 times from opposition. He is saying now the implication of ingratitude to people who stood by you. Politics is a leader's game. Leaders will give directives and everything. But when you think you are smarter than everybody, this is what you get.
The leader, as he dey answer some hot questions from tori pipo, come also tok say na sake of Governor Obaseki im disagree and fight to Shomole and even lose plenty good friends, but say Obaseki no sabi thank pipo for wetin dem don do for am. Dat na why the leaders and supporters wey follow am enter PDP don leave and return back to APC. Akonsti tok say,
what I'm trying to say that we should believe in institutions. We should believe in institutions. When we did that election, I knew what we went through. I don't want to go into areas. The problem with the traditional institution, we had it as well. You were in Benin, so you know. We confronted, or we had a confrontation with the palace over their rule and everything. We even went to the tribunal just the same way they are dragging Monoba to court now. But at the end of the day, we paid for it because we lost that election. And because we didn't know any person to blame, we say it's because of the palace we lost. Lucky became a governorship candidate by his performance as Oredo chairman. But we lost the election in Oredo. We were beaten with about 14,000 because the people reacted what they felt that we were undermining the palace. So that is one. And two, why I gave that reason was that everyone would have thought that accusing figures would point at the SDP because the man was NROC and he was NROC chairman. He was even Lucky's agent at the collation center. You will remember himself and Ojegun had a fist off. Now he died while he lost it because he was already chairman before the election. We did not fight them, we were patient. We did not call names. We did not accuse them, oh, because you people are in government, and that's what I'm trying to say. Because you people are not in government, you are pursuing us, you are accusing us. We waited for the process to go through. They brought them from Lagos, took them to court, and that was the end of the matter. Edo State High Court. But that was why I went for the other comparison. Court is, we are here now. They put a nollie. So I'm not speaking for the police because I'm not a policeman, but I just feel that if they bring these people now, so our people need to know why. Because they don't make it like when the crime is committed, you try it where it's tried. So we know now they are saying it to. When we are trying some of them after this election, we will try them here in Benin because the crime was committed here. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, sir, you don't abuse the institution here. You see, it's the way you make your bed, you lie on it. You get what I'm saying? He has made so many enemies. You are a seasoned journalist, and most of these things you have seen it in this town before. You get what I'm saying? So, the PDP, you know the people that followed Lucky to PDP. Give me the percentage of the people that are with him now. Look at what that followed Obaseki, sorry. Look at Danobi, what Danobi went through. Look at what this young man, Ugbede, Phyllis Schweibu was the arrowhead. He was not a politician. So at the end of the day, it's self-inflicted. You have not been able to appreciate those that stood by you. So everybody is back now. I don't need that to talk because election so that I can clear a lot of things. I was in a function on Saturday, and a very important personality in the state sat by me and said, Charlie, I've never known you to be so quiet for such a long time. You are not talking. I said, no, we are just watching. And I remember when the crisis of Obaseki was brewing in 2020, you are all aware of how I engaged Oshomole. Because as far as I was concerned at that time, Obaseki was fine. Why would you tell us this man is good? 4 years later, you say it's not good. So I took my position. When I got confused and I couldn't take a position, may so rest in peace, Chief Edebiri, the Ace of Benin, it's a stone throw from my house here. I just walked to his house. He saw me, say, oh, my son, Akakasiaka. Because he was very close to my dad. I said, I've come to ask you something, sir. He said, yes, go ahead. I said, look at this situation now. This fight, Oshomole brought Obaseki for us. Now they are fighting. So how do you see it, sir? He just looked at me. He just made the Benin parable. And I've kept on holding on to that parable. He said, my son, ekene wo ye ekene kpia ye oh namuno wagbuto. I will translate that. He said, my son, where there are no men and there are no young, strong men, that is where flood will enter a village and start falling houses. I got the message. That means at any point in time, somebody must speak up, must push things right. So I said, thank you, sir, and I just left. I got the message when he said that. So when you look at the system, we are all aware of what is happening. Oshomole sent Obaseki to me, and I took it upon myself to deliver him. I knew what I went through. I knew how many friendship was broken. Friendship of over 30, 40 years because of him. And today you think you know more than any person. You don't know anything. You are just an amateur. You have surrounded yourself with people who are just telling you what you want to hear. Nobody is able to tell you, don't do this, don't do this, which is something conveniently I can do because he was my boy in college and he still remains my boy. Nothing can change that. 4 years is senior in a boarding school. For those of you who were privileged to go to secondary school, you will be in from 5 class. One boy will argue with you. We are like their fathers at school. And he came to me, I gave him all the support. Now you know more than every person. He ran away, we didn't quarrel. No matter what information you are here, there's nothing you can pinpoint to say that caused quarrel. You will see me in a party, I can show you photograph hugging me last Saturday here. Anytime we see in a picture, hey, senior. And just look at this one, we will never give freedom. We never give you freedom. You go celebrate freedom by yourself. Look at where you find yourself now. Look at the double talk now. You can see the frustration written all over his face. I've never seen Obaseki talking so quietly. The other time he said, if they make any attempt to arrest any of my boys, Nigeria will burn and I will lead it. I said, Then the following, just last month, I heard him with a low voice. I called the commissioner. He did not return my call. I said, look at this one. I don't know what to do. So what I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, we all must learn a lesson. We all must learn a lesson. Ingratitude does not pay. What is his problem? We are all aware in this town, we all read history, that when the white people came, there's nowhere in history it was stated that they were moving from house to house in Benin to take artifacts. What we read that they burned down the palace and took all the artifacts. Why is he struggling artifacts with the palace? How do you now explain? You bring a vice president of this, and the funny thing is that he deliberately caused for trouble. You went to the airport as protocol demand to go and receive the vice president of Nigeria. After doing that, the vice president left for the palace. He is supposed to go with him. He didn't go. And you are blaming people for that? You are blaming people for that? He drove back to the airport. Later, I came back and picked Atiku, a former vice president, straight to a private residence to slight and snub. I mean, who are you blaming for that now? And I've had information from those of those. They said they were embarrassed. They thought they were going to the palace. Now, when the thing backfires, you now start looking for who to hold responsible. These are things I want journalists to examine themselves. It's not just me talking as a politician. Who asked you to do all that? Let me tell you, he has not fought any battle. This is the first battle he's fighting. I fought his battles for him with other leaders. I fought Oshomole to a standstill. Oshomole was the best governor that ever served in this state and the kindest human being I've ever worked for. I read journalism in the UK, and when I came to Nigeria, I could only work for 5 years in NTA because I couldn't stay in one place. I had to go to public relations and this thing. Lucky Gubernatorial, my very good friend, we were in England together. In his government, I only served under 3 years. Oshomole is the only person I worked with for 8 years as his political advisor. 8 years. That's the longest period I've ever worked with anybody. He bows to superior argument. We argue. he will come up with something. He did not treat me, it's my, because he had the power to fire me without resorting to anything. But we will argue. A typical example, when I was his political advisor, he called me in and said, I would like Godo to go to Senate. I said, Godo. He's already chief of staff now. That's a very comfortable position. I said, but I prefer Samson Osagi. He said, but I'm telling you now. I said, that is you now. I said, I prefer Samson Osagi. Let's meet now. He said, okay, we'll meet in the battlefield. I backed Samson Osagi. I called all other people, and we defeated his candidate. And he came to hail me after. I said, hey, now you do me like this? So when I see commissioners now, they can't even talk to their principal. Because your duty to appreciate the man for giving you an appointment is to give him genuine advice. But they are just looking at him. There are so many things he has done wrong that if he was still with me, it wouldn't have happened. It's the truth. Because I will tell him. I never went to government house to look for him since he became governor. I tell him, see me, and he comes here. My supporters who are here will tell they come here very early in the morning and meet him here. I just saw one of our leaders that came here just now, Billy Sakandi. They were classmates in second school. They were all my junior. He's there seated. He's older than me and him. He came to school at old age. But yes, he's older than no. He's older than me. When Billy Sakandi, because they were classmates, so they still have that relation. I knew how much he spent in his campaign. Billy Sakandi came to me early in the morning and said, God, you know Basaki, you remember, he was my classmate where your junior class. He said, we will support him. I said, okay, go ahead. He went, did CAP, did this, did that. In the night, Basaki came to me and said, Billy Sakandi, hey, I dey fear him. I said, don't be afraid of him. He genuinely wants to work for you. He's here. That was the kind of relationship we had. There was nothing he would do that I would not advise him. How this thing happened, I know. He will go to a meeting with Oshomole while they were negotiating who would be this, who would be that. He will come to the toilet and call me from there. Say, senior, I'm in the toilet now. This is what Oshomole said. What should I say? I will tell him what to say. I'm in Aso Rock now. I just finished the chief of staff taking me to the president. This is what he said. What should I say? I will tell him. I'm saying it on television now. Let him stand up and say it's a lie. But you push everybody away because you felt you were too much. They will be calling me Maton, Iron, a Maton, Opia. I've seen politics. I saw Ali fall. By the time Ali fall, I was the only one with him in the city room. I was not in PDP at that time, but Osumbo was my childhood friend. We grew up together in the vicarage in Ekboma. While my uncle that brought me up was the pastor, his father was the secretary of the Anglican Diocesan Synod. We are living including Mrs. Kukbolati, Ayeni. So we grew up together. So I was very close to him. When they were calling the result from the tribunal, all the leaders were with him in Iruakmen, watching it live on television. By the time they pronounced that he had me removed, everybody said, He said, let him take something from upstairs to come. By the time he came, the parlor was empty. They've entered their vehicle and come back. So that is power. So you must be very careful when you are dealing with power because it's transient. You don't push people away. The vanguard guy, the Oshomole boy now, Simon Egbebula, he was a reporter like every other person in this town. He was very close to him, was my boss. Immediately, Oshomole came, they fell out. Oshomole said he was going to call, to remove him. He came to meet me. I went to show. I said, no, he's a very good boy. He's been working with us, When I was commissioner for information, when I was director of public affairs, he was already here. So I pleaded and they became friends. That is what we call gratitude. They became very close friends. When Oshomole became national chairman, he prevailed on Uzodimma to make him a commissioner. He knew him here in Benin as a reporter. Yes. Tell me who Obaseki knows as a reporter. He won't know any of you if he sees him. That's what we are talking about. I'm giving you a practical example. Practical example. Somebody will just deliberately inflict pain. Many of you here, and especially the politicians, cannot remember what is called board appointment. No. You will see somebody at that time at a function say, so and so is the chairman of the occasion. I'm interested to know is the chairman of the Bender Newspaper Corporation. You go just well. Chairman of EDO Line, chairman of this. He has stopped all, bringing his friends from Lagos who cannot help him as consultants. So can you imagine? Nobody remembers board again. Nobody remembers board, say that they are board chairmen or board members. Nobody. Only in no pass. It comes with all kinds of big English, something hub, junction hub, aeroplane hub, entertainment hub. Meaningless big go hard sounding. Who are you confusing now? We've gone through it all. I started from local government to national. What is hub? You create a ministry of road and bridges. There is no bridge in Benin. In Edo State. Road and bridges. Ovia bridge.
Make una not forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We no dey take blame. From Benin City, Ekata Ojisele, TMC TV News.